Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome to another video. So in this video, I'm going to be taking you guys through a few exercises that you guys can do in order to get bigger, bolder shoulders. And also we will be working on all three heads of our shoulders and the traps. I actually woke up like about 20-30 minutes ago and I'm about to hit the gym. For a pre-workout, I will be having some creatine, or maybe it'll be like, intra-workout. So I'll be having the creatine during my workout. I'll just be getting the bottle and putting some creatine in and we'll be ready to go. I have this water filled already. I just need a little sip because I haven't had anything. I usually don't actually have anything before the workout, but I make sure to have enough after the workout, or even also before going to sleep, because the next day I have the energy in order to get a workout in at the gym. Because people say that you working out empty stomach can help you lose weight, but that's not the case all the time, depending on how you are actually understanding your body and how your body actually works with it. So you want to make sure that you have enough energy before the workout. And I believe the energy source is already in me before I went to sleep, so I put it in. I mean, what I mean by that is I had a really good amount of protein, carbs, and some healthy fats before sleep, so that I won't have to eat when I wake up. And let me just go ahead and put the... Just give me a second, I have no idea how this will look, but let me just... Yeah. Of creatine. Now let's get to the gym. Alright guys, so let's get into today's workout. So we are doing 2 sets of the first exercise, that would be the warm-ups basically. So we're going to be moving ahead and doing 5 reps of lateral raises, 5 reps of front raises, and making sure that we are doing full range of motion, because we really want to make sure that the muscle-mind connection and the blood is also flowing in the entire muscles. We also want to make sure that we stretch the rhomboids, and which is the connection of the shoulders and the back. We really need to make sure that you are doing the full ranges of motion, of course, to get the blood flowing, get the blood pumping in the entire muscle. Even if you can do partial reps at the end just to finish off the warm-up, that would be wonderful. And now we are moving on to the first exercise of the workout, that is shoulder presses. So what I do in the first set is make sure that I'm doing the full ranges of motion, because what that really does is it stretches out the entire muscle, which is connected to the bone and all the way to the external part of the muscle. You want to be making sure that you hit all angles, like I just did right now. I changed a little bit of the angle to 45 degrees to make sure that the entire muscle is stretched, and making sure that you go real deep, because that is what really helps in breaking down the muscles, and then when you eat, it builds it up. And this is the second set. Again, I'll just be guiding you like this, just so you understand the idea behind the exercise. So this is the third set, I believe, and we moved on to directly 20 kgs. Not directly, sorry. This is the third set, of course. So again, making sure that we go in real deep and make sure that the entire muscle is entirely stretched. That is exactly what's going to help us in gaining the muscle mass. Try actually getting to the failure, because that's what really helps in the breakdown of the muscle. And with that, we are done with this exercise. Now we will be moving on to the next exercise, which would be lateral raises. We need to make sure that you do full range of motion. Again guys, we need to make sure that we are going in real deep and slow and controlled movements as well. When you're coming down, like hold the negative rep. This clip is actually really ×2. It's playing on a speed of ×2, because if I went ahead and showed you guys at a normal speed, it would take this video about 22 minutes. That's what it was summing up to, but I didn't want to bore you guys, so I just wanted to guide you like this. And now enough of the rambling. You see, I'm not going all the way to the bottom, because that is what makes the muscle under tension timing a little more increased. And now we're moving on to the third set, for which I will be sitting down, because just to make sure that I'm not getting the momentum while lifting the weights up. Even if you can do partial reps, that would also be good at the end. See the muscle fibers. Again, I would also suggest you guys, once you are done with the entire exercise, make sure that you change the angle of your lateral raises to a bit more to the 45-degree angle, because that's what's going to work on your chest and the shoulder joint, where it actually joins your muscles, those two muscle groups basically. And now we moved on to the next exercise, that was front raises with barbell. This really activates the posterior head of the shoulders, basically the front deltoid. We want to be making sure that we're doing full ranges of motion and controlling the negatives. What this also really does is, what I'm doing in this exercise is, first I'm doing the normal grip. I'm not sure what the exact name is, but once I'm done with this grip, I go ahead and move into a chin-up bar grip. That actually makes me to get onto the a little bit more extent and get little bit of more range of motion. If you guys can see, just give it a second look. That is one, and now we will be switching to the other grip, which really helps us get the stretch. Why do I keep forgetting the words? And yes, controlled movements while going down. And now for the last set, what I'll be doing is, I have directly moved on to 20 kgs barbell. I'm making sure that I do at least 5 to 6 reps at least, and once I'm done with that, even if I've did 4 reps, that will also be good enough. And then we finish off with a drop set, which would be 15 kg barbell, which again really helps us with the stretch. Now what we're doing is, we're going to be changing the grip, I believe. Okay, no, I believe I forgot to change the grip. Okay, this is another great exercise for targeting specifically the front deltoid. I'm not sure what this is called. It's just another variation of the shoulder presses, but you just need to make sure that your elbows are pointed in the front. That's what really helps activate the front deltoid and the shoulder and the chest muscle that is connected. That's what it really works. And this was 12.5 kgs. And then I believe I have done all these 3 sets with the same weight, because I don't want to go ahead and get a shoulder injury. We really want to be making sure that we're cautious about the injuries as well, guys, because if you get an injury, you would just be out of the gym for another week or 2, depending on how severe the injury is. That's what we want to be avoiding. Perfect. Now we will be moving on to another exercise, which will be again lateral raises, just to make sure that we are getting the full range of motion and the posture is also on point. That's the reason I finished off, or maybe I made sure that I include another set of lateral raises, because I really want to be working on those lateral raises to get the width of the shoulder. Here is the second set, or maybe the third set, I don't even remember. I don't think I filmed the third set for this exercise, but I mean, we gotta work with what we have, guys. Fuck man, what keeps happening to my voice? By the way, I practiced this entire voiceover 3 times, and now this is the 4th time that I'm doing this, and hopefully this turns out to be good. Now let's move on to the next exercise, that is face pulls, I believe. I'm not sure what this exercise is exactly called. I actually forgot, because I haven't done this exercise for a really long time. What this actually focuses on is your rear deltoids and a little bit of your traps, the inner traps specifically. We want to be making sure that we do the negative reps. We're going to be making sure that we hold the rep at the back and then slowly release the rope. And as you guys know it, we have to finish off with some posing. Okay, so the reason why I pose and film myself, and why I usually pose, put this in the video, is because that it really helps me assess what I am lacking. Like, as you guys just saw that my long head of the tricep was really underdeveloped, so I want to be making sure that I am focusing on that. So with this video, I actually know what to target. So yeah guys, that's it for this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to give it a like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Peace out.